Hey everyone, welcome back. We're going to be rebuilding the starter home 10 Sim Lane, but as a mansion. This is the original house. We've got a little entrance hall, a living area with the fireplace, kitchen, bathroom, and a bedroom. We've also got this patio area overlooking the water. It might be beneficial to go to a bigger lot, but I think I want to stay on 10 Sim Lane just because we've got this nice water at the back of the lot, which I do kind of think of as part of the experience of living in 10 Sim Lane. So I think we should just trace out kind of a rough shape of the original house, which is basically a kind of cross, which we're going to tweak a little bit. I definitely want to have an upstairs, but at the moment the house is looking a little bit boxy. I think it's just because I'm used to only seeing the house with one story, but I think adding some balconies and little bump outs, we can maybe make the shape a little bit more interesting. Not even interesting, just a little bit more elaborate. So it feels more appropriate for a house of this size. I don't know if I want to keep all doors and windows exactly the same. The original house uses a lot of the single pane fixed windows, so we could use those as well. I think we can use a mix, to be honest. I wonder if it's a little bit much to have two staircases in the entrance hall. Is it a little bit too dramatic? I think it's quite nice to have maybe this open space at the top, so when you walk up the stairs it feels a little bit more grand. But it's not grand, it's just a little bit more exciting than just a plain old staircase on its own. I think I want to use the original carpets from the original house, at least for now. I've kind of got this extra space downstairs that doesn't really exist in the original house, because there'd just be this room on the side. So I guess we could use the blue carpet to fill up this entire room, but I don't know what this is going to be yet. We might even just get rid of it if we don't need it. Where you walk through the entrance hall and through this arch into this main living area, I think we'll make this the dining room because this is going to be the kitchen off to this side. And then we could either have like two living rooms or just one very large living room, or we could draw a wall across here and make this a separate room altogether. But actually I haven't put the bathroom in, have I? So maybe we add a small room here, and this could be the bathroom, or we could make the wall a little bit more angular so it looks a bit more interesting. It kind of cuts into this space here though. What if I just make that a bit smaller? Okay, I think the downstairs is starting to take shape. I'm not keeping all of the floor and wall coverings exactly the same as the original house because I think we want a little bit more variety. Still not sure what this back room is going to be, but I've put a piano in here kind of as a suggestion of some kind of music room or entertainment room, because I think this can just be the lounge for sitting, chatting, reading a book, studying, using the computer. But actually I haven't put a TV in here. We could put a TV above this fireplace, or we could put a TV in this room. Let's do the bathroom quickly and then think about the back rooms. I don't really want to furnish everything super luxury, like super expensive objects. It feels a bit strange to do that. I don't know why, because I think 10 Sim Lane is always this place that you spend a bit of time in while you're kind of working your way up, making a bit of money, but you don't really end up splashing out on nice objects because you're saving your money to move out. But then also, why not try and make the house a little bit fancy? I think we could have a really nice dining room in here. Right, it's the kind of central area of the house. I don't know, maybe we're mixing styles a little bit with these kind of swish studio town sofas and then this more traditional looking dining room furniture. Everything is subject to change, but also everything is allowed to not match. I think we will go for quite a nice kitchen, like a classic base game kitchen. Because the kitchen's quite big, I think we might as well have a little kitchen table in here. I mean, the dining room is right here, but maybe it would be a bit quicker to just sit down and eat in the kitchen. if you're just grabbing a bite before work or something. I don't know, the kitchen looks a little bit sparse though. Maybe I should add something else. I don't really want it to be too busy. I like having lots of space. Maybe we could add another appliance or something. What about a punch bowl? I've changed the vibe of this back room a little bit. So we've got the Berber carpet as a rug and then a dark wood floor. Maybe it looks a little bit weird with the Sim Safari sofa, but for some reason I quite like the black with the beige and the brown and the orange. It's kind of like the room is its own thing, but also it's kind of linked a little bit with some of the other rooms, some of the other colors maybe. And I like the idea of having 2 living rooms, because I feel like any house where you've got 2 living rooms or 2 kitchens or 2 dining rooms, it's like very much a display of wealth, I think, which is what I would expect from a house that I'm thinking of as kind of like a mansion. But I think we need to fill up the space a bit more in this room. I'm still not sure what I want this back room to be, because we're going to have an upstairs with lots of bedrooms. So I think we'll work on the upstairs a bit first and then think about that downstairs room again. The floor plan idea I have is basically 3 bedrooms, this one, and then this large one at the back, and then 2 bathrooms, one which is coming off the upstairs landing and anyone can use, and then one which is kind of a Jack and Jill situation between these 2 bedrooms here. And then also 3 balconies. So each bedroom has its own balcony, even this bedroom over here, which doesn't have any kind of ensuite. So it still feels a little bit fancy. It does mean that this larger bedroom at the back has quite a small balcony, although we could theoretically extend that out with some pillars. Let's start putting some furniture in this back bedroom. I don't know how we're going to fill up all of the space. I think this carpet goes quite nicely with the wardrobe and the bed headboard. Maybe we could do some kind of blue rug on top. I don't really like that very much though. Let's just go with no rug for now and see how the room looks once we've put a little bit more furniture in. Is it too much to have the whole room red? You know, I don't think it's too much. I just think we could do something a bit different. I feel like I often want to make bedrooms red, and not necessarily in a vibrating heartbed theme. I quite like this yellow wallpaper actually, and I've already chosen some yellow wall coverings for the Jack and Jill bathroom, and maybe that could tie that together. I'm unsure. What about this wood floor? It's still got a kind of dark red tone to it, and it goes quite nicely with the wardrobe. Okay, I kind of like what we've got going on here now. Kind of red, kind of orange, a little bit fancy, but not all brown, not all red. A seating area on the landing. Let's try for a little bit of green in this bedroom. I don't think it has to be quite as fancy as the main bedroom. It doesn't have to be fancy at all. We could use this dark red carpet that I was going to use in the main bedroom in here as a rug. I think I prefer this one though. I think this looks fine. There's quite a bit of empty space. It's not super cramped with loads of furniture. I feel like it could maybe be a guest room. Maybe it's not one of the main bedrooms. I've added a long 3-tile bench and some fireworks on the balcony for this bedroom. And I went ahead and decorated this other upstairs bedroom for kids. I mean, it's a kid's bedroom, but it's not like the entire color scheme has been made super bright or anything. Like you might usually make a kid's room look a little bit more fluorescent. But then we've also got a table football on the balcony for the kids' room and a surfboard. I decided to have another bedroom down here, which has actually got probably the nicest bed in the house, at least in terms of comfort and energy levels. And it's kind of convenient if you don't want to bother going upstairs, but you're kind of tired. You've got easy access to everything on the downstairs and also a separate exit onto a little patio on this side with a bench. And then there's a couple of other benches in the garden as well. Then I also added a door to create a back patio with the basketball hoop and a chemistry set. And this part of the back patio, we're trying to kind of imitate a little bit the original patio that 10 Sim Lane had. It kind of stretches out a little bit more from the house in the original house, but because this house is a lot bigger, we've kind of filled up the whole lot, so the patio is just right outside the back door. I've also added a little painting garden. I don't know if that's what I'd call it, but just a place where you can come outside and paint in nature with a load of random flowers and a few places to grow some crops. But then you've also got the view of the water behind, so you could do a nice picture of the water, the landscape. I've left the entrance hall quite empty, but I kind of like that. I think I do want to leave it like that. So there's plenty of space to add more objects, but also just to have a nice free flow of Sims. We've got multiple doors in and out of the house. We've got double doors here. This is a double archway. I think you could have parties and social gatherings here, and the house is fairly well equipped. There's probably a way to change the floor plan so that the master bedroom has access to this larger balcony rather than just this small one at the back. But I don't know, I think it's quite nice that this smaller bedroom has access to a little something extra because it doesn't have an ensuite bathroom. The download link for this house will be in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.